Google's new AI agent, designed to autonomously plan tasks by combing through a user's emails, documents, and calendar, successfully organized a birthday party. But it failed at the most humanly essential task, recognizing the user's long-term partner, labeling him merely a close friend and frequent companion, and even omitting the user himself from his own guest list. This is not a technical hiccup. It is a moral event. It reveals a deeper crisis. We are granting AI agents unprecedented intimacy without requiring them to possess the moral, relational, or contextual capacities necessary to interpret that intimacy responsibly. This report uses the MMIAF, Moral Quotient, and Moral Math to analyze the moral, social, and cultural implications of this incident, and to propose actionable reforms for a society entering the age of autonomous digital agents. The moral minority framework begins with a simple premise. Moral crises rarely announce themselves. They hide in plain sight. A birthday planning AI that misidentifies a life partner seems humorous, but beneath the humor lies a profound moral warning. AI can access your life without understanding your life. Corporations can interpret your relationships without accountability. Society can normalize misrecognition as quirky instead of dangerous. In a recent test, a journalist granted Google's agent full access to Gmail, Google Docs, and Google Calendar. The agent found a karaoke reservation, generated a 5-page party plan, but misidentified the partner and omitted the user from his own party. Misrecognition is not merely a computational error, it is a relational wound. Humans experience it as disrespect, invisibility, and devaluation. When an AI agent misrecognizes a partner, it reveals a failure of relational interpretation, moral weighting, and contextual understanding. Let's apply the Multidimensional Moral Intelligence Analysis Framework, MMIAF, across 4 critical dimensions. Humans understand relationships through commitment, history, and identity. AI understands them through frequency, co-occurrence, and statistical proximity. The agent's misidentification reveals a structural inability to grasp relational meaning. This is a fundamental divide. Humans interpret context holistically. Traveling together or shared holidays mean intimacy. AI interprets context narrowly, just data points and signals. The agent lacked the contextual intelligence to interpret the relationship accurately, reducing intimacy to a statistical pattern. Humans assign moral weight to partners and family. AI assigns weight to pattern strength and data density. The agent failed to morally prioritize the most important relationship in the user's life, treating a life partner as just another data node. The agent had deep access and autonomous authority, but lacked moral accountability and relational sensitivity. This creates a moral hazard. AI gains unprecedented intimacy without the responsibility to interpret it correctly. Next, the moral quotient evaluates the moral maturity of this system across 4 domains. In all 4, the scores are alarmingly low. AI cannot infer emotional significance. It cannot distinguish a life-defining relationship from a casual one. The agent failed to identify relational hierarchy, failing to prioritize the partner or even include the user himself. The agent made confident relational claims without transparency, uncertainty markers, or user confirmation. Finally, AI cannot perceive the harm of misrecognition or the moral stakes of relational inference. It is effectively blind to risk. Moral math quantifies this risk. With full access to your life, high impact on identity, and autonomous frequency, the result is clear. This system operates in a high-risk moral environment without adequate safeguards. We are flying blind into a storm of intimacy. This isn't an isolated case. We see this pattern everywhere. AI misidentifying family in photo libraries, misinterpreting email tones, and misclassifying sacred events. These are not technical errors. They are moral misinterpretations that devalue the human experience. To navigate this age of agents, we must demand urgent moral reform through 5 actionable recommendations. First, require relational transparency in how AI infers our lives. Second, give users the power to define their own relational hierarchies. Third, establish a right to relational accuracy. Fourth, require rigorous moral risk audits before any autonomous agent is deployed. And fifth, we must educate the public. AI does not understand relationships. Relational interpretation is a moral act, not a computational one. The Wired incident is not a quirky story. It is a moral parable for the age of agents. It reveals a crisis hidden in plain sight. AI can know everything about you and still not know you. Corporations can enter intimate spaces without moral responsibility. The moral minority must name this truth. We are outsourcing relational interpretation to systems incapable of moral understanding. This is the crisis hidden in plain sight, and this is the moment to act. I'm Brian Alston, and this has been the Moral Minority Report.